On today's episode, we discuss...
our first true sociopath.
And we learn that drapes are hung and people are hanged. All of that and much, much more on Murder We Spoke.
Hey guys, welcome back to Murder We Spoke. We are new fans of Murder, She Wrote and are venturing to watch and discuss only the best of the best episodes, and we're doing so based on your recommendations. And so on the first Friday of each month, we meet to discuss a brand new episode and, of course, discuss all things J.B. Fletcher. I am Marissa, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Ben.
Hi, Marissa.
Hey, Ben. So, ready to get this bad boy started?
I can't wait to get this bad boy started. Let's see. We are talking about Season 1, Episode 7, entitled, We're Off to Kill the Wizard, as recommended by Mary H. from Facebook.
Thanks, Mary.
So, yeah, gold star next to Mary's name, because this episode was amazing.
Yeah. Especially coming off our last depressing episode.
We needed something uplifting. We needed this palate cleanser, and this was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Let's see. Original air date on this was December 9th, 1984.
Taking it back. Season 1.
This is like, it's Season 1 through 6, I feel like, for me, looks the same. Like, I can't tell the difference. It's all, like, homey, earthy goodness, and it's not...
Yeah.
Like, once you get into, like, your Seasons 10, where she's moved to New York, it's a little...
Going down alleys.
Exactly. Like, you can tell it makes a difference.
Yeah.
But these Season 1, this is...
And this one was exceptional because the budget was $1 trillion.
They spent, every scene they were in a new location. They built a full-on animatronic working head that should be seen like at Disneyland.
And like an entire theme park.
Do you think the dude that played Horatio has that giant animatronic face in his house right now?
I would. Like, oh, can I keep a little something?
What else are they going to do with it?
Also, like, where did they find this guy? And it's like, oh, yeah, you're going to be in a Murder, She Wrote episode, and we're going to build everything for your character.
Exactly. Like, we're going to build a replica of your face that's taller than you are.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he was a little tiny guy.
He was a little tiny guy.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder, like, why? Probably because they just, like, burned through all their money. But it's like, if you're going to do all this stuff for this, focus around this one dude, Horatio,
right?
Why not have it be someone famous? Why not, like, mock up a giant picture of Andy Griffith? I don't know. Someone.
Yeah, exactly. It was some rando.
It was, and I looked him up. Like, he wasn't in a ton. Like, he was just some random character actor.
Then he for sure has an animatronic head. Like,
I'm sure he'd like talk to the prop people, and he's like, come on, guys. What are you guys gonna do with
That's
this?
probably how he got paid.
It's like, we're gonna make a giant. We do not have enough to pay you.
No. He's like, oh, that's fine.
Have you read the script? Like, we got, like, private jets, theme parks, elaborate pranks in castles with horn blowers and, like
little gadgets here and there.
Oh, yeah. We definitely don't have enough to pay anybody. This is Season 1. We're getting by...
And it's episode 10. It's not even, like, a finale. It's not even, like, is that, like, sweeps?
No.
I don't know.
Maybe this was a sweeps episode.
Okay.
I could buy that. Was it December? November is usually sweeps. Maybe this is the end of sweeps.
Okay.
That's how. That's what we
don't
tell
know.
ourselves. My first note is just a quote from J.B. Fletcher, because she dropped so much good advice in this episode.
Yes. I can 100% agree with that.
Let's see. She said, because her niece, I'm still not sure which one, like, was her nephew. Which one was blood related? The nephew or the niece?
The niece, I think.
Okay. I couldn't tell.
I know, I couldn't tell either. And then she has other, like, Grady.
Yeah.
Her nephew, so, like, I don't know what the family line is.
Yeah, it's tough, because we're going to start mapping her family tree to see all the nieces and nephews. But it's like, I guess I could just put, like, niece, nephew, and then the two little brats. Because I don't know who's related to who by blood. They definitely don't get into it. But we'll start. It's going to start with fucking Grady, and then now we have these two other people to add. But she was like, oh, Jessica, you really should stay. And Jessica says, A good guest is like Halley's Comet. Seen and enjoyed seldom and briefly.
I couldn't agree more, JB.
Amen.
No.
Amen, JB. That should, I want to get that embroidered on a pillow in my guest room. Just to give an so subtle hint.
You should, with a little, like, Halley's Comet. Like, a little.
You guys, might that be in the Redbubble store?
Oh, I was
You want to put that in your guest room?
Yeah, that sounds like the best idea. Okay.
You guys, by the time you hear this, if that is not in our Redbubble store,
it will be soon.
Then we've fucked up. We've done something horribly wrong. One of us is gravely injured because there's no way we shouldn't have that in the store immediately.
Is the best.
Oh, that's perfect.
Perfect for your guest bedroom.
That is going in the guest room. Even if I'm the only one who buys it, that is totally going in our store.
Yep.
That's perfect. God damn it. Thank you, J.B. Fletcher.
Another gold.
And we get the big celebrity guest in this episode was not a celebrity at the time, but little Leaf Phoenix, a.k.a. his name is Leaf. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I just learned that from the Doug Benson podcast a
Leaf
year ago.
And River and
Summer's the sister. The little girl was Summer, was his actual sister.
And then, yeah.
So, yeah, Leaf Phoenix, as we know him now,
it's
Joaquin
kind of
Phoenix.
like a Rebel Wilson family, where it's Rebel...
Hers are so much better. I can't remember any of them off the top of my head. Her family, like that, those names are killing it.
Yeah.
Leaf, Summer, River.
Like you were just doing acid and weed.
Okay, hippies. Yeah, you're a dirty hippie commune.
We get it.
Like, how are you hippies that then also, like, get into the Hollywood machine? Like, it's a weird...
It is
Like, you leave the hippie commune long enough just to send your kid on auditions? I don't... Anyway, but yeah, Rebel Wilson's family, like, those are some names. Those are some solid names. But we can agree, he's a shit actor. He is terrible.
Yeah, and I didn't realize it was him for most of it. Well, because he's a baby.
He's a baby. You can kind of see it in the face, but he really does not look...
No, and
he grew up into, like, he's like, I don't know, his, like, the years have not been kind, because he was a cute little kid.
Yeah.
But he's kind of a
rough around.
He's a little weathered. He's lived some hard years, I'm sure.
Yeah, and he went through, like, a phase, I feel. I don't know.
He definitely went through a phase. I don't think there's any denying that. He definitely went through a phase. But he just did that, like, 50s era, and he was written like this, too, because he said the word G. Gee, Aunt Jess, I sure would hate to see that hamburger go to waste. And it's like...
She's like, yeah, I'm sure you would.
She did such a great job of playing the aunt and being sweet, but he was...
But she, like, didn't even... She was like, oh, yeah, but she didn't, like, bring him over a piece.
She's literally just flipping the pan. I bet you would.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. You already ate, little kid.
Yeah, exactly. Don't want you to chunk up.
God forbid. Yeah, you definitely don't want to chunk up.
This is in the 80s.
You're an aspiring young actor. You don't want to chunk up.
JB's like, you gotta keep it tight.
Keep it lean. Keep it lean. Let's see. Okay, so I thought the murder on this episode was going to be... They go to the theme park because weird dude shows up on their lawn and is like, hey, you're Jessica Fletcher. How I know you're here in the early 80s.
Right, and it was really...
is beyond me.
And it was really ominous because he showed up, like, in a car and he was on the phone like, yeah, I'll get her there.
By hook or by crook or whatever he said, like, in the thing. And it's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And how do you know if she's visiting relatives out of state? How do you know?
Fun.
How do you know where she is?
And this is season 1 in the 80s. Like,
this is, what was it, 1984?
Yeah. So, no Facebook, no checking in.
How did he know? How did he know she was there?
Is she even that big of a deal? It's, again...
It's season 1. She just put out... At this point, we know there's 2 book titles.
Oh.
Because there's...
10 episodes?
Yeah. Oh, there's no rest for the wicked. Because her first one, in the pilot, we learn the corpse danced at midnight.
Right.
And this one, the one she saw on the secretary's desk, was Dirge for a Dachshund.
Tongue twister, if I ever heard one.
I hate that title. It's great in a way, and the book title's like a shattered picture of a dog, which I thought looked pretty good, but the title itself is you can't say it. You have to focus really hard to say it. So
exactly. I don't even know what you said. I'm like, corpse dance at midnight and the
Dirge of the Dachshund. So in 10 weeks, she's cranked out 2 books.
Well, nothing to do in Cabot Cove but run and type.
And she's a nationally renowned bestseller.
I mean, as she should be, but you know.
So this guy, is like, hey, horrible Horatio wants to meet you, and shitty little Leaf Phoenix is like, gee, Aunt Jess, that sure would be great, or whatever 1950s style phrase they those old-ass writers gave him.
Gee Willy.
Gee Willikers, could we, Aunt Jess?
Oh,
that sure would be swell. Yeah, okay. He was real bad.
Yeah, he was.
Real bad. Okay, so they get to the theme park, and I thought the murder was going to be
100%.
Exactly, because you have this dude, and he's looking around all suspiciously when he's on the cart.
Yeah.
In the castle, again, one of the other giant sets that they built of a theme park with a castle.
Like a medieval times vibe, but I don't really know what the park was.
It's a little
about it, a little vague.
It's supposed to be horror based, but it's just
it's kind of you're a peasant.
That's the thing. It's that is a horror. You're a peasant in the Middle Ages. That's horrific, I guess.
But yeah, no, they wheel him in the cart, put the noose around his neck, and he's like, I swear he said this is a mistake.
Because I heard once he went down, because first of all, okay, so he's like, will anybody here help me? And then you have this dude clad in leather with a giant horn, and a real big codpiece, an inappropriately big codpiece. He's like, I'll help you. He swings down, and then they kind of do that TV fighting where they just kind of grab each other's shoulders and move back and forth a little bit.
Right.
And then he falls into the thing.
Well, he knocks the lever.
Yeah, and then he falls into the lever. Yeah, exactly. And then you hear someone call an ambulance, get a knife, and then it's here we go. They planned it.
Okay, this has been in movies where
that's the thing.
They're doing BB guns, but someone put a real bullet in
Exactly. It's that same kind of thing, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's scary.
Standard fare,
especially because it's in front of children.
Exactly,
babies were watching someone get murdered.
I don't think we've seen an episode, and I hope we don't, frankly, where the murder happens in front of the eyes of babes.
Well, mostly there's not kids, which is great. In the episodes.
They probably learned because this episode they had kids on. They're let's not do that again, right?
Yeah,
we don't.
All the parents were freaking out, and the kids were what? Looking away.
And poor Jess kept having to lean into the niece, oh, it's just a joke, dear. They're just doing a joke. It's just for funsies.
And then. Oh, and then Horatio popped up at the top of the castle. I was like, ah!
And he's it's a joke. And then he threw off his, cloak or whatever.
And I was like, okay. It seemed a little much for a joke.
Exactly. It was
ambulance? Good thing no one had cell phones. That would be done already.
Mm-hmm.
Ambulance on their way.
Exactly. He's no Walt Disney. He's no Walt Disney. Let's see. Then we get to... He takes her down into, he's got this... Takes her down. Takes her downtown. All the way downtown. He takes her down into his little basement beneath the park where he's one elevator in and out. All of our secrets stay safe down here.
Yeah, this is a total fucking weirdo, by the way.
The thing, I feel even Walt Disney, you don't have to protect your secrets from...
I mean, there is a Disney Vault then.
We've been trying to get Beauty and the Beast to maybe talk about on this podcast, but that fucker's in the vault, so...
Ugh, God. No, you don't. And your Horatio in the middle of... Where were they?
I don't know. Boston? No.
No accent.
Some suburb somewhere. They didn't say. Or they did and we didn't care.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he's has secret layers, all his...
I feel Disney, they have tall high rises in Burbank. They don't...
Yeah.
You don't need literal brick walls under the earth to protect your...
His what secrets?
What secrets?
The peasant secrets?
Your
how did the Renaissance turn out?
Yeah, your animatronic head secrets. Pretty sure that technology has been perfected.
Except the one piece of technology we'll talk about later is one we kind of want.
Why is that not everywhere? I want that in my house today. I have no secrets I need to keep, but I want that here today.
Right.
This is in the hallways where we also meet the dude who I predicted would be the killer. Who didn't play a big role. I was really fooled on this one.
Yeah, who was it?
This one's on me. Nils, what's his name? I wrote down. Nils Highlander.
Ooh, that's a cool name.
The bearded guy who came up, he's like, that's my name on those documents. My name is Nils Highlander. Because he kept saying because he kept getting mad and he kept doing that and my name is Nils Highlander. Oh, this won't happen, or my name isn't Nils Highlander. It's okay, you've said your name twice in the span of 5 seconds. Pretty sure I should know who you are.
Right.
Nope. Just
it doesn't know.
It was a red herring, and it fooled me completely.
Dude, they're the best at that. Or we're dumb.
I think it's probably the latter.
No, but it's okay. It's tricky.
I'm 1 for 20. I'm like 1 for 20 in this. I'm not good.
I don't think I even predicted this one.
You're just too into it, and you're like, I'm just gonna let the story take me where
I
it
think
wants to.
I kind of was, yeah.
And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But we also get my favorite line, but like the dirtiest line of the episode, when she's like, they're walking through the things, and she's like, dude, just tell me why I'm down here, or I'm gonna go. And he's like, quote, please, Mrs. Fletcher, permit me this seduction before you cry rape.
Oh, yeah. That's super 80s acceptable.
I was going to say, like, how is that even acceptable in the 80s?
I don't know. I wasn't alive then, Ben.
I feel you could have said something a little more. You didn't have to use the word rape, is the bottom line.
Exactly. There's a lot of ways to insinuate, like, oh, don't, or like even don't cry for help.
Permit me the seduction before you run away, or before you, I don't know,
before you cry rape.
Definitely don't say rape.
Oh, way too much.
Definitely don't say rape to 65-year-old J.B. Fletcher. That's all I'm saying. Definitely don't do that.
Oh, God. So uncomfy.
And then my next...
But I'm like that's your favorite.
It's just like, I'm going to remember that line.
Yeah.
We're not putting it in the store. We're not putting that on some merchandise, but...
On a 90.
Okay, so, well, that would be good on a 90.
I'm sorry.
And just a picture of
your face is just like, oh no.
You saw the light bulb on top, man. I was like, oh, the dollar signs that my eyes filled up and my mouth became a cash drawer.
Oh my God.
Okay, moving on. My next note is just another quote. Because he asked her, oh, don't you go to the pictures anymore? And she said, when Cary Grant bowed out, so did I.
Oh.
So adorable.
That's amazing. And I get you, girl.
P.S. Cary Grant's last movie was Walk, Don't Run in 1966. So.
Ooh, she's been on a hiatus.
It's been like 2 decades since she's seen a movie. She hasn't even seen Jaws. She skipped out on Jaws,
God.
the Godfather movies. She's seen none of that shit.
Shit.
She's missed some good stuff. Cary Grant.
All because of Cary Grant. I mean, it's cute.
I think I've only seen one Cary Grant movie. And I did watch it for this podcast. It was the Arsenic and Old Lace. That's the only Cary Grant movie I think I've ever seen.
Oh, well,
and
I like that
great.
she did an homage to him if she really likes him that much.
I feel like it keeps coming up. It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing. And he got super creepy super quick when she's like, yeah, bro, I'm not going to lend my name to, was it Murderous House of Mayhem or whatever he called it?
Yeah.
She's like, no, thanks. And so she tries to go out. And again, another little gadget that I really like. He presses the tongue on the lion or whatever it was.
Something on his desk.
And just press it and it shoots that bolt across. I was like, oh, shit. JB's going to have to fight her way out of this.
It was super scary. I mean, she's in a dungeon with an old man who's like really an asshole. And then she goes to leave and he locks her in his dungeon. No.
A little creepy, but at the same time, it is just a bolt.
Right, but I feel like it was like a mechanism, so it might be like...
So she couldn't just like, I'm just going to open it and leave? What are you doing?
Yeah. I don't know. It seems scarier to me than it probably was.
Yeah, so... Okay, so she's like, no, done, out of here. He lets her out of the room. And then he calls up his henchman and says, use your special brand of research to turn her around.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay. Because I wrote down, I was like, good luck with that.
Yeah, I was
because I couldn't find some dirt on J.B. Fletcher. I was like, good luck. And later on, the niece is, when they learn that was his plan, the niece even says, oh, who's next on his list? The Pope?
Exactly.
Because she gets it.
She's perfect.
She's J.B. She's not doing anything wrong. Let's see.
But then after he calls, he kills himself? Yes?
Yeah, see, I thought because he dies, security guards come in and break it all down. I thought the key to this was going to be that, this is why I thought my man Nils Highlander.
Your boy Nils.
My boy Nils, this is, because when I saw the murder, I was like, oh shit, I called this so good, because Nils was the guy who designed the stuff in the park. So
he would know how to work around
exactly.
it.
So when the whole thing was, he was murdered, but there's this impenetrable room. How did someone get in? I was like, my boy Nils.
He got it.
He wired the thing. Like, he probably put in this bolt. So he wired it so it could... There was one that went to that button, but he also wired it so, like, it went out to the secretary's phone. And if you hit 5545 or whatever, if you hit a certain code, it closes it. No one will ever know you were ever in there. And I was like, my boy Nils.
Honestly, that's a great plan.
So the whole episode, why aren't you guys talking to Nils? You want to know how to get into this impenetrable trick, and he's your head trickster. Why aren't you talking to my
head trickster
to Swedish Nils?
Exactly.
So I was pretty cocky. I was pretty confident, and we see Nils. His trickery comes into play later on.
Oh yeah.
But only to catch the actual murder. So
he's good guy Nils.
He's good guy Nils.
Yeah. So I mean.
But I just thought I was onto something. I
thought you got it for once.
I was like, 2 for 2. I'm 2 for 21 now. That record's looking pretty good. Another quote. Again, I'm sorry for all the quotes.
The quotes were perfect, and now we have 2 products out of it. So keep them coming.
And get ready for the number 3. They're at dinner. This is when some more bad acting goes on, and they're at dinner, and the kid is telling his dad what happened to Thing. And he says, oh, and a guy got hanged, or a guy got hung. And JB, oh no, Billy, drapes are hung, people are hanged. Is something a 7-year-old should know, JB?
No, but I love it.
The proper use of hung versus hanged?
Honestly, grammar is always important. And
to JB, apparently. Was she an English teacher? Was that her thing? Was she a substitute English teacher? I think so.
Yeah, and because she taught English she taught crime in prison later, right?
She taught crime writing.
Crime writing.
So.
No, I love that. My grandma used to sit me down and have me watch Chucky, and I turned out not creepy at all. So.
See, that goes one of 2 ways, because I had a babysitter who also, my cousin Lauren, who's a crazy racist redneck now, so.
Okay.
Take that for what it's worth. But he would babysit us, and he would make us watch the Chucky movies. And I was petrified of that goddamn doll until I was in high school, at least.
Yeah, no, it was pretty scary, but I guess some of us
some people can power through it and come out the other side stronger and tougher, and some of us, to this day, can't watch horror movies because we see figures at the edge of our bed.
I like that that's a thing. Like, babysitters having you watch Chucky.
That's maybe because yours was family and you're like, oh, grandma wouldn't show us, but mine was just my asshole cousin who didn't.
Well, we were always joking, like, Nana loves Chucky, why is she making us watch Chucky? I don't know.
Tweet at us, you guys. Did your babysitter make you watch horror movies, and are you a giant wimp now, or are you...
Well, real quick, the other thing my grandma used to always do would turn on crime shows, and we would watch the crime, and then she would change the channel, and we're like, Nana, like, how are we supposed to find out? She's like, they're going to solve it. I just like hearing what the crime is. I'm like, well, You're not wrong, but come on, Nana.
Sounds like she was doing some research.
Yeah.
Seems like she should know, like, how they went wrong and how they got caught. That'd be the more important part.
Exactly.
Nana. Okay. Next quote, when JB learns that he died. I met the gentleman, and believe me, suicide was not in his plans.
Yeah.
I like how she spent 2 minutes with the dude, and she knows he's a cocky son of a bitch, and he's not killing himself.
And also how he said something at the end, like, oh, what did he say when she was leaving? Something super sinister, like, I will get my way, I always do, or like, you haven't seen the last of me. Or,
yeah, I'm not used to not getting my way. Something along those lines.
Yeah, so creepy. So he was like, there'll be more of me, JB. But yeah, no.
She's going to go home and make hamburgers for her kids and teach them the difference between hung and hanged.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Cool. She really didn't give you another thought after she left that room.
No.
Okay.
JB literally laughs in the face of danger.
Absolutely.
Does not care.
We haven't talked about Mr. Carlson yet. The guy who is the murderer. Spoiler, if you haven't, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
But I think he's my MVP for this episode because that actor, I thought he did such a good job. His face acting was so expressive.
It was. And he wore a turtleneck. So...
Okay, let's just jump right to that real quick. Because I want to say, because you spend this whole episode, how did he get into this room? Like, what's going on? even JB herself is flummoxed, can't figure it out. There's an army of detectives trying to figure out how it happened, and you can't figure it out, and you're like, oh, the reveal is going to be so good, how he pulled it off.
Right.
No, he's wearing a black turtleneck in the shadows, you guys. It
was so disappointing.
I was so ready for a big...
Because I was like, there's no... I wanted something like one of his gadgets or something.
I wanted it to be like a gadget thing, or a thing where, like, yeah, the gun popped out of the desk and shot him in the head, or like.
And it was almost too much, like when they were explaining it away, like the whole phone thing. I'm like, what?
Did you understand that phone thing
I didn't.
At all?
And they like kept trying to explain to the dumb cop, and she's like, so then he would have called it, like.
That's the thing. She said, oh, when you called me, this light should have lit up. If I dial 9995 from 9994, 9995 should light up.
Yeah, so they were saying, like, he wired it so they would call from the secretary's phone to ring to in the office phone, but it really go to... This is 84.
Exactly.
This isn't fucking happening.
I understand call forwarding. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I get it. You did. That's all you had to say is, oh, he forwarded his calls. But instead there's this bullshit with the lights and having to take out the board and snipping a wire so that this certain light doesn't light up, as if anybody would notice.
Yeah.
Anybody aside from J.B. Fletcher.
Exactly.
The security guards, the detectives, no one noticed it, nor would they notice it.
And so then when they're going on and on about that, after we already got the turtleneck reveal, I was like...
Exactly. They spent too much time. They overworked the telephone angle, which was... They had to do flashbacks to all this stuff with... Totally not worth it. Totally unnecessary. Instead, work up something better than... Remember he was wearing a black turtleneck? He put it up over his face and hid behind a bureau.
And then when they broke through,
yourself.
he just...
And he's like, he went out, took off his turtleneck, and came back. What happened, you guys?
It was super disappointing. I mean, the whole episode was great.
Overall,
but I just
still,
was so hyped up, like, what could it be?
I was legit the whole time, like, what is there... Because at first you're like, oh, there's a secret door. No, they're underground. They're in the base. He's surrounded by nothing but brick wall. There's no secret thing. JB literally left her family that she was visiting to go sit in this room and just look around and try to figure it out.
Died.
She was legit sitting
at a murder scene
in the dead man's chair.
In horrible Horatio's chair.
And then the security guards know her by name. Oh, hey, Mrs. Fletcher, come by, have a little chat. She's there so much trying to figure it out, and I was expecting, like, okay, if JB's having this tough of a time, the last 10 minutes are going to be explaining how all this went down. Nope, instead we get to learn how phones work in 1984.
Exactly.
And why you need to unplug a light bulb in a phone. It was
so let down.
Very, so disappointing. But that guy was good, but Mr. Carlson, because every time the detectives would show up, be like, I don't know why you guys are here. Bolted door. Seems like
obviously.
Nothing else it could have been. He kept coming in and just being like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing here. Seems pretty obvious to me.
Which should have given it away.
That kind of should have been the giveaway.
What do you guys... No, it is a suicide. The door is bolted. Do you guys not see you guys broke down the door?
Yeah.
It's bolted?
In my head, I'm like, yeah, if it wasn't Nils, because it clearly was Nils, maybe this guy'd be a suspect, but it's Nils.
It's 100% Nils.
But it's totally Nils, so I won't consider another thing.
Because we were too smart. We were thinking it has to be something more sophisticated than black turtleneck.
And he even did the thing... the black turtleneck. He even did the thing where he's talking to JB, and she's kind of working him for information, and she asks him, well, what enemies did he have? He's like, oh, the steno pool, his partners, his wife.
Me, you,
his
mother.
Exactly. If you find out who did it, let me know, and so I can send him a thank you. And he's like, just like this cool, calm.
Right. He's kind of a psychopath.
Yes.
A sociopath.
Straight up a sociopath, because...
He didn't care. And normal people, if they accidentally killed someone like this guy accidentally did, you're like... sweating, regret, you can't eat, you're acting not normal. That's
the thing, you are out of your mind. Him, plan instantly formed.
As soon as it happened, it was like, cut a couple wires, do this, like, it's a little too...
It came to him a little too quickly. And he runs back to where he just happens to keep a gun.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's designing amusement park rides, he should definitely keep a gun in his drawer.
Not even locked, just like... Just a gun.
It was under like a rag. Who's going to look under a rag in your top drawer? Nobody.
Oh my god.
So
bonks.
Yeah, so he straight up sociopath, because even then we learn that Horatio, which I love this dude's management style, because his management style is keep blackmail files on all your employees so that way they stay loyal to you. Love it. If I'm ever a manager, that will be that's definitely how I will manage.
You heard it here first.
So don't come work for me because I'll be a tyrant.
No, I think that's perfect. But he 100% is a sociopath because I studied true crime. If you, I know a thing or two.
You guys know.
But I know I couldn't commit a murder because I know in the moment you can't pay attention because you're freaking out. You're a human being.
Exactly.
This guy.
He threw him a thing and his head hit the back of that statue and he was dead. And not a morsel of regret came across his face.
No, instead of just like slamming your own face into the desk and saying self-defense. No, let's just shoot him in the fucking head.
Instead of
fucking shoot him.
Instead of I was surprised. Instead of them just saying like, oh, and then he did the gun.
They showed him lining.
They showed up and they kind of panned up just in time for you not to hear, and then you heard the gunshot.
And you see him like kind of flinch a little bit.
The only thing that was missing was just like blood splatter all over him. That's all that was missing. And if it was 2004 instead of 1984, we would have seen.
Oh, it would have been there. Well, not only would we have seen the blood, he put a gun point blank to the dude's skull. Most of that would not be there anymore. That would be on the wall behind them, on the floor.
And again, not a moment's hesitation. He kind of looked away just because I feel like he didn't want to get stuff in his eyes.
Splatter.
But he put it up, but boom.
He's like kind of lined it up. Sounds about right.
Yeah, and to show you what else a sociopath is, so he's like, okay, they're going to be looking at people who are in these files. That's who they're going to suspect because he had these blackmail files. So I need to get these back. I know that his henchman has these files. I can break into his apartment, apparently. So rather than break in and steal the files, aka replace the files with whatever to get his name out of there or to get something less incriminating on him.
Right. Instead
of just replacing the files, he puts a recorder of a cat on the dude's balcony.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's so nonsensical. Why would he kill this guy?
He kills him.
And then the guy goes,
I forgot about that.
And he's like, who would do this? Shoves him off the balcony. You're in his apartment. Just take the file and go. Why add another homicide? Because you're a sociopath.
I forgot this had the double whammy.
Yeah, this is a double homicide.
I think I was confusing this with like...
Because he's just like a charming, good-looking dude, and you're like, killed two people. I don't know.
Oh my God, no. I think I was just confusing like a different... Though he got a cat recorder and put it on the dude's balcony and then waited.
How long were you there? Again, while you're waiting there, find the file and take the file.
Or if he goes out on the balcony, shut the balcony door. You have a mask. Go take the files.
This guy's flying a private plane with J.B. Fletcher to Kansas City or wherever they went. You have like a day and a half. You have all the time in the world.
And he threw him off.
And he just threw him off the balcony. Just threw him off the balcony. So
dark.
I don't know why he did it. I still don't know. Because they're like, at the end, JB said, oh, he needed the files that this dude had. But again,
if you could break into a house,
just the files. Take them. Just take the files.
Yeah, if you weren't blood hungry, you try to avoid it at all costs.
He killed that guy on accident the first time.
He's like,
yep.
Yes. I like the taste of this.
He wants to. He had the appetizer. I want to try the full course and purposefully murder somebody.
Yeah. Ugh.
And even at the end, when he pulled the gun on JB, he couldn't wait to get number 3 under his belt.
Oh my God. I know. Oh my God.
We watched the birth of a sociopath. We watched the birth of a serial killer. That's what this episode should have been called.
Oh my God. Now that I'm like
don't accidentally kill somebody because you might learn you love it.
Become obsessed with it.
You have to kill. And any minor reason to kill somebody, you will take it.
And like not only did he kill him, he then shot him. I can't. Yeah. Why couldn't he have just done the fallen and then...
That's the thing. Oh my God, this guy is a monster. He was walking in his thing. He tripped and hit his head.
The door's bolted.
And it's even more obvious. Oh my God, he gets away with the crime if he does it that way. He gets away with it if he did that.
I'm just thinking it out. I'm like, oh my God.
We just figured... He could have been scot-free to kill as many people as he wanted without J.B. Fletcher in town.
And it would have been a total accident. No one would have looked into it because it's horrible Horatio.
It's horrible Horatio. He fell, he hit his head. And the skirmish they had...
No, the only other thing they knew was the head wound.
Exactly. It's not like there was like punching and there was like, well, his nose was broken and his jaw was broken.
No, it was a push.
It was a push.
He could have locked the door. Oh, yeah, obviously he fell. No, nothing suspicious. The door's bolted.
That's the thing. Even if you didn't even have to bolt the door to hide the thing, because they heard the gunshot, which is what alerted them. But you could have just left the door open because the secretary was there.
Or if not, the next day.
That's the thing. You close the door as you leave and don't leave it bolted. And then the secretary comes back. Yeah, we got in a fight, so I left. And then he was angrily pacing. He fell. He hit his head.
Even if you leave it bolted, obviously, then the guy fell.
It's a freak accident. Yeah, it's a freak accident.
Okay.
But he just had to go get his
He had to go the gun
and put a bullet through this guy's brain.
God.
Wow. Oh. I'm still reeling. I am honestly reeling from that because
This has been a lot of discovery.
Wow, that's
okay.
He's just a cold-hearted killer.
Yep.
Boy, I kind of respect the hubris on this guy. He's like, he's already dead.
Might as well get the little taste of having
Wonder what it
his
would feel
gun
like
in a
if
while.
I put a bullet through someone's head. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Carlson, yeah, definitely my MVP. 'Cause this guy's ruthless. This guy's ruthless. Okay. So, moving on past this guy. We're going to try to move on. It's not going to be easy.
Real quick, I'm just thinking, did he have a cat recorder or did he wait and have the guy's
Where do you
own
get a
cat?
cat?
I think he was like at the apartment and like recorded the guy's own cat.
It's like, how? Because the guy walked out and he says, how did a cat get up here?
No, because he had a cat and he was like, oh, like buttons or something.
Oh, I thought he said, how did a cat get up here? I thought...
Oh, I thought he saw it and then he was calling the cat's name.
Oh, I thought he didn't even have a cat and the cat woke him up and he's very confused because I don't have a cat. Why do I hear a cat?
I thought he saw the cat go and then he went outside because he's like, oh, cat.
I thought he just heard the cat on the recorder.
Okay.
And again, to get a cat to meow constantly, what is he doing to that cat to get it to meow constantly like that into a recorder?
No. Ooh, okay.
This episode just got a lot darker.
Okay.
This episode got a lot darker.
We need to move on from Turtleneck.
Moving on. JB is getting on her plane to Kansas City.
Oh my God, I'm forgetting more and more elements of how dark this episode was.
Because you're just like the fancy giant heads and castles.
Yeah,
like you were blinded by the fanciness, but no, it turns out there's a lot happened in this episode. Okay, so she shows up at the airport, and the sky cap like, oh no, your gate's been moved. It's over here now. She's like, no, okay, I'm just gonna go check with my travel agent.
What every person should do, but every woman, like, don't just go with someone. Be like, no, I'm gonna double check with the authority right there.
Again, she's like, no, I'll just check with the booking agent because they'll tell me where to go.
Yeah.
Thanks though, appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then she runs into henchmen.
Well, he just turns around with the gun in his
We've got something else set up, Mrs. Fletcher, if you don't mind. Is she going to Kansas City to give her lecture, by the way? I didn't...
I think so. Yeah, she is.
Okay, and then she
flew
flew back.
Said, I'm going to leave after my lecture.
Okay. So she goes to give her lecture. Again,
also, this is total pre-9/11 because just bringing guns willy-nilly into airports.
Just into the airport, this is...
It's showing it off a little bit.
There's a good times, the pre-9/11 days, you guys. If you're too young to know, going to the airport used to not be torture.
And you used to be able to walk your guests to the gate.
You used to pick them up. They walked off the plane, you gave them a hug, and you went to your car.
And you waited for the luggage together.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Imagine the days, you guys. Okay. And then I love when JB goes with him. She says, I'll accompany you, not because you're holding a gun on me, but because my curiosity is aroused.
Yes.
That is the perfect JB.
That's a badass old woman I want to be
like. She's like,
no, it's not because you have a Glock to my head. It's because I'm kind of curious.
She's like, I want to know how this plays out. That's why I'm going with you.
Yeah.
Because I could run away. Because we're in an airport. I could be like, dude has a gun and he's threatening me. You're finished.
Exactly.
But she
has to make it known, like, just so you know, this isn't you.
She's a badass.
She's
me. Yeah. This is my decision. You and your little toy have nothing to do with this decision that I have made.
Yeah.
Okay. So they get on the plane and we meet...
A private plane.
Of course a private plane.
Right.
And I feel like we could do a whole podcast on this wife, who we see for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
She has the smallest role in this episode.
Amazing.
But
the Black Widow.
Oh my, we could talk about her for days.
She could have her own spinoff.
Because first of all, she was stunning.
Yeah.
The short, 80s.
Plus that dress, like that.
And it had little danglies, when she moved, you could see it, but otherwise it looked like just kind of a standard little black dress.
Yeah.
But still looked great, even just as a standard little black dress. But
yeah, but it's her little black dress on a private plane. Has some she's a boss.
And she even did that evil genius thing where JB walks onto the plane and then she wheels her chair around.
I loved it.
Perfect.
At first, right now, I was like, was I making that up in my head? Because she's on a plane. I was like, no, yeah, she's
waiting with her back to the entrance for someone to walk in so she can swivel around like Dr. Evil. That's exactly what she's doing.
I would.
And this woman definitely has a type because Horatio and his henchmen are identical human beings.
Yeah.
They and
maybe brothers.
They could. They easily. Why did they cast people do look so much alike? Just because the wife has to have a type? Old bald dudes.
I feel like they just only hire old white people on the show, so probably they all start looking the same.
I feel like they did the casting call. They cast Horatio, and the guy who was second in line, they just said,
"That's true.
You can be the other guy. You can be the henchman.
Yeah.
We don't want to put out another cat. It's enough.
Enough
is enough.
You're gonna have less lines. No animatronic head, but basically,
we're not making an animatronic head out of you. But you know what? You're gonna survive.
Also, the animatronic
Actually, not
head,
true. Never mind. You're not gonna survive. You're dead.
No, but the head looks a lot like you.
It could easily. You could tell people it was you, and no one would know.
Exactly.
On that head, when the mouth opened, it's not like there was a jawline like on a puppet, like on a ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah, no.
It was like a synthetic fiber that moved like a face. Oh, it's so incredible.
A synthetic fiber.
I literally went back and I was looking. I was like, how are they doing? Because I expected it to be. I was like, okay, this is cool, but it's gonna be like a ventriloquist where you see like just the jaw go up and down.
Yeah. No.
And it's not like, it's like cloth where once it goes back up, it kind of wrinkles. Nope, like skin. They put actual human skin on this animatronic giant head.
It was free. It was just all the murder victims from the last 9 episodes.
Oh boy. Okay. So the wife has a type, and then she said, "Oh, and JB threw some great shade." She goes, "Oh, that black dress looks good on you," and the wife goes, "I only wear it on special occasions." And JB says, 4 husbands and 4 funerals? You may be in danger of wearing it out. She just called you a whore and a murderer in one sweet-ass burn.
And she sounded pleasant doing it, which are the best kind of burns.
She gave you a grandma burn. You got a sweet old grandma burn.
Exactly.
Loved it. Oh, that was a great line.
Grandma burns, yes.
You're in danger of wearing it out, you whore.
It's true. Also, JB, though... she got married once, I'm assuming. Her hubby died, and she's not fucking around. She's just...
No.
Yeah, no. So
and she's got more time to travel, do lectures, write her books.
Loving her life. So, yeah she can throw shade because she's she's been there.
Yeah. And then the wife says, would it surprise you if I told you that I loved Horatio deeply? Yeah. And Jessica just says, yes, it would. Yeah. Yeah. I would be really shocked by that. And she's like, fine, I won't tell you that. It's like, so, just so we're straight, you and henchmen were plotting to kill the husband.
Right. Anyway.
You were going to kill him, but someone just beat you to the punch. That's what we're hearing, right?
Exactly.
I feel like that's where we are. So, let's see. And then the wife says, for the past 2 years, Horatio chose a celibate life, Mrs. Fletcher. With Michael's cooperation, I didn't.
Loved it, though, too.
That is
just like, dude...
That is the best way to say I'm cheating on my husband.
Exactly.
Okay, when you say it like that, that's kind of cool.
It's kind of like, okay.
And P.S., you saw that rich old man? He was not celibate.
No.
He's banging anything that moves. That poor secretary probably has gotten pinched on the ass and has to...
Oh, my God. All those peasants are walking sideways.
Oh, yeah, exactly. They're like, here he comes. They hide. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not celibate. He's just kind of done with you.
Yeah, and he's a dirty freak.
He's a rich old asshole.
Exactly.
He's not celibate. Let's not pretend for a second that's the truth. So they want JB to prove And again, she's definitely killing her husbands. I want to know more about her.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she's had 4, but she wants to prove that he's...
And they're all super rich. They all die.
Obviously, she's rolling around in a private jet.
Exactly.
No job, living off
Exactly.
wills back in the 80s. Come on, girl.
Yeah, like, I feel like a private jet back in the 80s is, like...
unheard of.
Worth more than it is now.
Oh, duh.
The
gas
jackass...
and stuff?
Real housewives have private jets now. So,
oh, my God.
Please.
Yeah.
So, she's definitely killing her husbands.
She's a black widow.
She was going to kill this other one, and she needs it to be proved that it was a murder and not suicide so she can get her money.
Right. Because wasn't there something like yeah.
There was like a clause, if you commit suicide, this life insurance policy is null and void.
Isn't that how all life insurance policies are?
I feel like it's a common
because
thing.
Because then people would be dead left and right, just give get out dead and give their family money.
Mm-hmm. Or you'd stage a bunch of suicides?
Yeah, something.
Make it look like a suicide?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's offers JB $100,000 to prove that this is a murder.
Ballin', dude. 100 G's. Just to get more money.
How much is she? And she's already got the money of 3 dead husbands.
Right. So, like, how much money are you getting from Horatio that you're going to give JB 100?
I feel like that's a small fraction of what she's going to get.
Do you have the line when Jessica says she doesn't want it and what the girl responds? And she's like,
no.
Or she's like, why don't you give it to, like, poor, like, basically,
like,
why don't you give it to poor kids?
Yeah. JB's like, I don't need your money. She's like, give it to the orphans. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Like, instead of like, okay, doing it pro bono, I'll keep the $100,000. Like, I don't care what you're fucking doing with it. Like, that's next level rich. Like,
$100,000 is inconsequential to you?
What is $100,000 now from the 80s?
Exactly.
$1 billion? I don't know.
The cost of inflation? I don't know. You could buy the Empire State Building.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
But
you could buy a private jet with $100,000. Back in the 80s.
This woman, I mean, she might be doing it kind of right. I don't know.
And this is all we see of her. I'm so sad that this is all we got to see because this woman.
And she wasn't involved.
She said no. She's just a harmless old black widow who wants
money and to give answers.
I mean, her and her husband, they knew what they got into. This is an Erica Jane, Tom Girardi deal. They know what they got in this for.
Exactly, and that's why you shouldn't hate on it, Ben.
I don't hate on it. Quick sidebar. I don't hate on them. I just hate when Erica Jane pretends like that's not the deal. When she pretends like they're so deeply in love and they have these meaningful conversations at night.
I don't know a meaningful conversation, but I feel like
you might
love someone once you get a bunch of things from them, right? Like, that could turn to love.
I feel like it turned to getting used. She's used to him getting all handsy, cutting her off at dinner, being rude.
Yeah, and she's used to flying
and she's used to flying
with a hair and makeup team.
Fucking glam squad across the country. Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
I fault no one, but I don't like her forcing him to come out to lunch with her and have a conversation in front of the cameras to pretend like they talk to each other.
I think that's Bravo forcing it.
It could be.
I feel like she wouldn't even.
She's
that work.
Exactly, because he was so pissed he had to be there. He wouldn't even stay for a goddamn piece of cake. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, but basically,
This is a Girardi marriage. So Tom Girardi, watch this episode because I don't want to say it, but this might happen to you too. Okay. Our favorite gadget. This is is JB. After studying for hours, going over this room, poring over it, she finally asks, "What's the temperature in here?" And I think it was Carlson who said, "Oh, it's a steady 72 degrees always." And so he's got a thermostat installed on his desk.
Right.
And
she's like, why would he need a thermostat if it's always the same temperature?
Exactly. And he's got a thing of matches. Does he?
And there was some soot.
Yeah. He doesn't smoke. There's soot on the thermostat. What's going on? So JB lights it up, and once it passes 90 or whatever, a little secret drawer pops open. Love. Again.
If all I could do is hold a match for like 10 seconds.
Pops, it's the only way to get into your secret drawer. I love that thing. Why is that not everywhere? Why can't I go to IKEA and buy something
because
like
then it's the novelty would wear. If you have to go to like a special place and have someone craft
I'm
that
have
for
someone-
you.
When I'm as rich as that widow on the plane, that's the first thing I'm getting.
Exactly.
Okay, let's see. What else have I missed?
Well, just basically
The little
last
dude.
scene.
Yeah. Well, there's also the little dude that ran off with the suitcase full of money.
Oh my god, there was so much in this
So
episode.
So much. The only thing I want to mention about that is remember when they caught him at the airport and he ran out and he tripped with the suitcase and it opened and the rando people in the parking lot started stealing his money.
He's like, it's my money.
He's like, it's mine. And there's literally 5 people, handfuls of money running off with his goddamn money.
No fucking shame.
That was
And then there's
horrible.
a bitch like in the plane 2 away, just giving away 100 G for nothing.
Money means nothing to these people.
Oh my god.
I thought, yeah, those people in the parking lot.
That was.
You're
Can
with
you
your family,
imagine,
like going home. What is,
like your wallet drops and like your papers fall and people start grabbing in the parking
and
lot.
people throw elbows to get at your shit.
I
They saw
would
you.
stomp. I would curb stomp someone right
Yeah,
there.
that's insane. That was insane. Yeah, and then we just got the phone stuff and the reveal at the end.
But the
which
mirror was cool.
The mirror was cool, which is what my man Nils, when he came back, because she tricked him. She used his phone trick against
It was
him.
so like Wizard of Oz, where they're like, hello,
Exactly.
and you think one thing, and then he's like, you're dead, JB. And then the mirror shatters.
That's the thing. He even said, "What's one more dead body?"
Yeah. He's
Oh,
like,
cool,
yeah,
bro.
something along those lines.
Awesome.
Fuck.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I think that's it on this episode. Oh, but we also have to talk. JB got that $100 grand
Yeah.
and gave it to the sweet secretary.
Because she wanted to write true crime, but now she was out of a job.
She's like, "Oh, I wish I could start writing, but I've got to start sending out resumes." And JB said, "Oh, I've already signed this over to you. It looks like you have some free time."
And then she looks at the amount, and as JB's getting onto the plane, she's like, that, like that freeze frame, like
The freeze
happy
frame of her
J-
body, as the woman's like freaking out, like hugging this dude she's never met before. That was
Yeah. JB's such a, like, I'm sorry, but
That was-
if I got $100 grand, if I wanted to be nice to someone, I'd give them like 30 max.
I think it would be funny if she signed it over and the girl's like, 20 grand, that's so generous. And JB's
And
just
just
like,
ah, yeah.
"Ah." I mean, that's still really generous though. But it would
A
be,
free 20 grand for nothing?
that is, again, it's 1984. That's a year's salary for a secretary?
Exactly.
For sure, right?
For sure.
For sure. Okay. Okay. All right. Before we go, you guys know we like to play a game.
Yes.
And we're going to bring in a guest who some of you may remember.
Kind of a ghost.
She's done twittering and playing Candy Crush or whatever she's been doing while we've been talking.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's Melissa.
Hello.
Hi, Melissa. Okay. So, what we're going to play, I'm calling it Trivia She Wrote.
Clever.
Yes.
I
So-
see what you did there.
So clever. So, as I'm sure you know, Murder, She Wrote has been internationally syndicated into many countries across this great world of ours.
Uh-huh.
So, I am going to give you a country name, and I give you 3 options, and you're going to tell me what the syndicated name of Murder, She Wrote is in that country.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's see if I don't think I explained it well, but you'll
I
get it.
I
kinda
think
But-
I get it, yeah.
Okay. And all of these that I'm going to give you are actual names from across the world
Okay.
of what
Oh.
Murder, She Wrote is called. I didn't make any of these up. These are all.
Oh, but
Real.
where it's multiple choice.
It's going to be. I'm going to give you. So you have to get into the
But the
mindset.
other 2 are also real.
They're also real, but they're not from that country. So you have to get in the
Oof.
mindset of this culture. Like the first
Okay.
one up
Cultural appropriation.
of,
Love it.
of Germany.
Oh, Germany.
In Germany, we're
My
going to start
people.
off strong. We're going to start off strong.
Welcome.
Okay. All right. Is it called Murder by Script, Murder is Her Hobby, or Crime Reporter?
Germans aren't funny, so I'm going to say crime reporter.
Hey.
Oops. No, it is Murder is Her Hobby.
Good
Is-
job. That was, you picked it, right?
No, that's B. I did crime
Yeah.
reporter.
Oh.
I almost said murder is her hobby, but I'm like, Germans have no sense of humor.
They don't. I thought you guys would go like, well, they're German, so murder could be a hobby in Germany.
Well, I almost thought that too, but then it was a little...
It seemed too like. I
hobby.
was also distracted because Ben and I's bare feet just touched each other.
We have the air on. We have our shoes off. It's freewheeling, fancy free. I'm glad I just cut my
I'm gonna
toenails so
tell
it didn't
Sean.
cut you. I hope I didn't cut you anyway.
There's just a
Oh,
blood.
no. I just
Okay.
hate feet.
Feet are disgusting.
My own feet,
No,
other people's
feet are absolutely disgusting.
And massages, I never want people to touch. I never have them massage.
He won't be
God,
making
no.
massages. I'm like, touch it all. Not at all,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Murder by Script, Bulgaria. Crime Reporter, Argentina, by the way.
Oh.
Okay,
Surprising.
what is Murder, She Wrote called in Italy?
Okay.
That was a good accent.
Italy.
Italy.
This is Murder, She Wrote. Murderous Lines, or The Lady in Mystery.
CA.
A.
It is C. It is
The Italian one's so phony. Like, this is Murder, She Wrote.
I know, I like can't do without doing a horrible accent. but,
Exactly.
Like, this is a murder
Yeah.
lady.
C. It's a lady. She sees it in murders. What are you gonna? There's a little bit of controversy because the name in Italian is something giallo, which apparently means yellow. So some people think it means the lady in yellow, but the translation is the lady in mystery. Anyway, but that is Murder, She Wrote is the Czech Republic, and Murderous Lines is from Hungary.
This show is fucking everywhere.
It's everywhere. Okay, what is Murder, She Wrote called in Estonia and Finland?
Oh, they're called both the same thing.
They both called it the same thing. Murder Became True. That's a good.
You like that one?
Murder Became True. Such a literal, very literal. Again,
Murder, She Wrote. Murder Became True. Okay.
Auntie Jessica's Case Files.
Oh.
And The Detective Writer.
B.
It is A.
Fuck, I almost did A.
Murder Became True.
Because I can hear them saying it in an accent.
Murder Became True.
Yeah, that was really good. Like that, like
Yeah.
murder became. Yeah.
Auntie Jessica's Case Files is Japan. And The Detective
weird.
Writer is Greece. Okay. What is Murder, She Wrote called in Israel?
Okay. I should get this one.
She Saw a Murder? Murder with a Stroke of the Pen?
Oh.
Or Jessica
boy.
Fletcher?
B?
Murder with a Stroke of the Pen.
Yes, that's what you want?
Is that B?
That is B.
Wait,
Yeah.
that was, yeah.
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 That is correct.
Okay.
That is
yeah,
correct.
okay.
I couldn't
I don't
remember. it was
remember,
B.
yeah, after I picked.
She Saw a Murder is Denmark, and Jessica Fletcher is Norway.
Boring.
Very unimaginative Norway. Very
yeah.
unimaginative.
Get it together.
Okay, what is Murder, She Wrote called in Portugal? A writer and a detective, A Crime Has Been Written, or Crime, She Said.
C.
B.
It is C.
Oh,
Crime,
nice.
She Said. Let's see. A writer and a detective is Serbia. A Crime Has Been Written is Spain.
Huh.
Ah, España.
Portugal.
Okay, Melissa's up 2-1. So, and this is the last one. So we can tie, or Melissa can take it home.
Okay.
I
Are
hope
you
I
ready?
win only so that you guys don't do something like, come get a tiebreaker, do it again, do another podcast.
Oh, there's more games. Don't worry, we're gonna play another game too, so it's fine.
Not like I really did this one.
Okay. What is Murder, She Wrote called in South Korea?
Oh boy.
Oh, okay.
Murder and No Melodies. Jessica's Detective Theater, or Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, C.
No.
Oh.
Is that
Trick.
America?
Russia. It's just called. It's kept the name for Russia.
Oh, then
Uh,
it's B.
It is B. Jessica's Detective Theater.
It just sounded so. I know they're so westernized
Mhm.
over there. I was kind of like, oh, they just take the same name.
And Murder and No Melodies was Sweden.
Oh, no melodies. What are they talking
don't
about?
get
It's
that.
all
I don't
melodies.
either. I don't either. Okay, we're gonna do a quick movie game, and then we'll call it a day.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay.
The first one we're gonna do, because we had a big famous actor in this episode,
Big famous
Who?
actor. Joaquin Phoenix.
Ah.
we're gonna play a variation on the Doug Benson IMDb game, where you're just gonna tell me The top 4, according to IMDb, the top 4 films that Joaquin Phoenix is known for. Just whenever you guys are ready. Just go ahead and...
Wait, this is awkward.
Oscar-winning, I think.
Oh,
won an
wasn't
Oscar?
he-
Gladiator?
Gladiator is number 1.
What was that cult one? I don't know. I'm thinking. You know which one I'm talking.
I know which one you're talking about.
No,
With
but think
her.
about what they're going to put as the top 4.
No, but I think he won like a lot of awards for this one. I don't
I'm
know.
going to
the
say
name.
Walk the Line also.
Walk the
Oh,
Line is
yeah.
is the 3rd one.
What is it? I don't know the name. It's like a one word. One word.
Master.
The Master,
The
yes.
I
Okay.
knew it was
That-
one
That was the
word.
4th
I
one.
wasn't sure if it was
That
going
was
to
a
be up
tie.
there. Okay.
And then the last one, I think he was nominated for this one too.
Did
For
you
the
think that was a
same-
tie? Because I said the whole
Girl, I told you it was one word, and it was a cult, and it was. So
The Scientology
yeah.
movie?
I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. I never saw it though.
Oh my god. We
So
watch that
good.
movie like
It's
once a month.
it's amazing. It is a really good movie. Totally
Oh,
worth
wow.
watching.
Sean's obsessed with it. I'm going to go shoes back on.
The next one he co-starred, but
Wait, did we get all 4?
No.
no, there's one more. On this last one, he co-starred with a voice, and not the actress
Oh,
herself.
her.
Her, yes. Her is number 2, which I totally forgot. Like I would have put like Walk the Line above her, but her is the second one.
And her got Did it get nominated for
Did
way
he?
more stuff?
Oh yeah.
It was like Best Picture.
Did
But
he
Walk the
win?
Line was also.
That's true.
And Reese won for Walk
Reese
the Line.
won for Walk the Line, yeah.
I don't know about him.
Okay. One more quick movie game.
Okay.
This one is called Murder, She Quote.
Ugh.
Super cute names that I came up with.
Yes, the best.
Super creative. Okay, what I'm going to do, this is also IMDb based. The top quote from this movie, I'm going to give you a quote from a movie someone from this episode of Murder, She Wrote was in. And you're going to tell me the name of that movie based on the top quote, according to IMDb.
Okay.
Wait, I zoned out. Can you say it
She's
again?
gonna say
Yeah.
the quote. We have to guess the movie.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a quote. The number 1 quote from this movie, the most notable, popular, memorable quote.
And
like,
what are these
you
movies
go,
have to do
Glenn
with?
Coco.
Per IMDb, yeah. And it's just people that were in this episode of Murder, She Wrote were also in these movies.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry.
No, it's a lot.
Yeah. You guys
I
are...
guessed for like
yeah.
5 minutes, but I'm like, what?
You guys are not going to like this first one, but I only put it in here because 2 people from from this episode were in this movie, and I watched it all the time growing up. So, you know, it's a
Oh,
crappy
okay.
80s.
So I know
So, you know,
for
it's a
sure I haven't
crappy...
seen it.
It's a crappy... Okay, the quote is, I'm Pippi Lotta Delicatessa Window Shade Longstocking, daughter of Captain Ephraim Longstocking, Pippi for short, at your service.
I mean, it's from Pippi Longstocking.
That's from Pippi Longstocking.
Okay.
Okay.
John Shuck, the guy that played the police captain, was
Uh-huh.
Pippi Longstocking's dad, and George DiCenzo played somebody else. But
Aw,
they were both
Pippi.
in the same one, isn't that? I thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like actors from the 80s, like British actors, were just all, like, there was like 5 of them.
And they were just everywhere.
And they were in
They're
yeah,
just
everything.
Okay, the next one. I'm gonna have to. This is multiple. This is like 2 characters talking, so I'm gonna have to try and.
Do
Ooh,
voices.
do-
I'm
yeah.
gonna have to try and. Yeah. Okay. What's your intention? Do you think 1 on 4 is a dogfall? I mean to kill you in 1 minute, Ned, or see you hanged in Fort Smith at Judge Parker's convenience. Which'll it be? I call that bold talk for a one-eyed fat man. Fill your hand, you son of a bitch.
Ooh, Ben, that was great voices.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
A,
really.
B, zero
Zero.
clue.
Okay. This movie is from 1969, but they did.
Is it a John Wayne movie?
Yes, it
Yeah, it
is.
sounds.
Goddamn right, it's a John.
I know, I'm
and
like,
they,
look around. What?
And they did a remake in 2010. if that helps.
With
True Grit.
Yes.
True Grit, yes.
True-
I saw that
Her
in
little
theater
guns.
too.
I was like, me too.
The original is also very good, you guys.
Well, the remake was not, so.
The remake was also great. John Wayne, I think that's what John Wayne won his Oscar for, I think. The one Oscar I ever won was for True Grit, I think.
John
Anyway, the woman that played the secretary, Kim Darby, played little Maddie Ross.
Whoa.
Played the Shailene Woodley? No.
Haley Steinfeld.
Haley
yeah.
Steinfeld. She, that was they
Big
played the
brows, Pitch Perfect too.
same. And P.S. Kim Darby also played Deborah Strode, Laurie Strode's mom, in one of the awful Halloween sequels.
Ooh.
Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers. So
Oh,
I feel like
Her career really
Yeah.
went places. Anyway. Okay. Next. Do you want me to tell you the year? Does that help?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This movie is from 1985.
Was not born. Neither was
No.
Melissa, clearly.
You're gonna know it. Don't worry. This
Okay.
one's easy, and I'll be very disappointed if you don't get it.
Okay,
Oh,
so you have
God.
to say
No
it.
more
Okay.
pressure.
Quickly.
If my calculations are correct, when this
Oh.
baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Back to the future.
Yes.
Oh, Ben, did I just hit your phone?
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
It's kind of like you like it.
George
Covered this time.
George DiCenzo, who played the henchman that got thrown off the balcony.
Yeah.
He was in Back to the Future.
Oh.
Okay, this next one is a long one, so stop me as soon as you know it. And this one is from 2002.
Oh gosh.
So we're getting a little more
We're
recent, you
alive.
guys.
Yeah, who is?
You guys were alive. Okay.
Barely.
People break down into two groups. When they experience something lucky, group number one sees it as more than luck, more than coincidence. They see it as a sign, evidence that there is someone up there.
Signs.
Yep.
Damn, girl.
Good job.
Never seen
I was gonna say, like, how many? Because in this speech, the word "signs" does come up like 8 times. It's like, hopefully that'll give it away, but you never know. Okay, and obviously Joaquin Phoenix was in Signs. The next one from 2014.
Oh.
There are no two words in the English language more harmful than "good job."
I feel like I know
That's
this.
the most famous
The character's name that said it was Terrence Fletcher. I don't think that helps,
Fletcher.
but it's Fletcher, so I'm
Yeah.
saying
I feel like he's like, there's not two words in the English language. That's how he says
yeah,
it.
yeah, basically. The actor that said that won for Best Supporting Actor this year at the Oscars.
My brain is like not operating.
Let's see, and he's gonna be.
Not Leonardo DiCaprio.
He just got
Mark
cast.
Rylance?
No, the year
Don't even
before.
know.
The year before that. He just got cast in a big superhero movie. He was in the Spider-Man movies, and now he's going to be in another big superhero franchise too. I can't remember which one though.
In a movie from 2 years ago?
He was acting, from opposite. Oh shit! Now I can't remember the guy's name. It is the movie.
No.
No, more clues.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember the kid's name that he acted opposite.
What's like, is there like a little synopsis you could give us?
Wait,
like,
in the movie that he won the Oscar for? The movie that he...
In the movie that he won the Oscar for, he was acting opposite.
A child?
Not a child, someone who was, I think, teenager at the time, or was cast as a teenager. I don't think he actually was. And I'm struggling to recall his name now. Son of a bitch.
Which,
Oh, J.K. Simmons.
Yes, and the movie is
Whiplash.
yes.
But that's not the 2014 movie. That is the 2014 movie.
That is 2014,
And that's what he won the Oscar for.
and that's
also.
what he won the Oscar
Okay.
for. Yes.
Getting there,
I
getting there.
literally never heard of that person, don't even know the movie.
Oh, no.
Wow, that is a great movie.
I saw him riding his bike with his family through my neighborhood, so.
Oh.
He's
great.
He's
It's a
great.
good movie.
Yeah, and it's only
And
like
he
an
does
hour and a
not
half.
deliver it like that it was like a smarmy. He's like scary.
I thought it was smarmy. Anyway.
Okay.
Okay, next movie, from 2004. This one's hard.
Senior year of high school. I'm ready.
Okay.
Freshman year. Got it.
Sometimes we don't do things we want to do so that others we won't know we want to do them.
Garden State.
No.
Sounds
Nice.
super like
Just
yeah.
guessing. Movie.
I don't remember this line. Like, the character that said it, again, I don't think this will help, is Ivy Walker.
A Walk to Remember.
We saw, I don't know if you were there, Marissa. I know you were there, Melissa.
Oh.
We saw it together, not in 2004.
Twilight.
Close.
No,
You're on the
I've
right
never
track.
seen
You're
Oh,
on
wait.
the
I
right
Twilight.
track.
know.
We've seen-
We went to a Doug Benson movie interruption
Mhm.
about this movie.
I didn't go.
Have you ever been to one
I've
of
never
those?
been to one.
The Doug Benson movie interruptions take place at the
Noah
theater
something.
just above just one block away. No big deal.
No big deal.
But I have wanted to go. I just
Well, we saw. I'm trying to like The Village.
Yep,
That's the movie.
that's the movie.
Who was in
How
it?
is that the most popular? Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh.
How is that the most popular quote from that movie?
You can't
I-
use two Shyamalans for Joaquin.
There was like no other. All the other good ones. I didn't want to use one we'd already said, so I went for his
All right.
his deeper cuts.
Ivy Walker's
Deep.
Bryce Dallas Howard's character's name.
Oh
I like couldn't say the word Howard. Oh.
Howard. Okay, last one. And this one's a little hard too, but we'll see. Okay. From 1998. And it's 2 people. Here, take this. Now, Mary Beth, sniff it. You're out of your fucking mind. I'm about to take my chances. I leave for 5 minutes, and when I come back, everyone's a fucking alien? Now I have to Men in Black your ass? You're gonna fucking take it.
I don't know, but I
Mars
like
Attacks.
it.
No.
Oh, that'd be great.
This is a seminal horror movie. Oh, cute doggy picture. Couldn't not address it. I'm like totally blank. Josh Hartnett was the lead.
The Faculty.
The Faculty.
Such a good movie.
So silly. Have you even heard of The Faculty, Marissa?
No.
I'm sorry, these
Red.
are...
I've never heard of it.
So good. Usher's in it.
What?
Right?
Yeah.
In 98?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is like burgeoning
Oh.
Usher in his prime. It's...
What?
Josh Hartnett and Famke Janssen.
Yes, and then...
And it used to be on Netflix. I just watched it like 2 years ago.
It was on, and then some like older actress, like they got like some decent like actresses from like the golden age and what. But the plot is, the teachers at this certain school are replaced with aliens.
Okay.
Don't tell her.
I mean, that's that going in.
You
And then
guys
it's-
need to give me a list of all the movies I need to see because I
This
still
is-
haven't
I
seen
feel
like
like-
Boogie Nights or anything.
I was gonna say I feel like every movie on this. Oh, before we go, George DiCenzo, the guy from Back to the Future, Marissa, you'll be interested in this. He portrayed Vincent Bugliosi in the movie version of Helter Skelter.
What?
Isn't that
Should've
crazy?
got a line from that. Should've
Yeah,
gotten
I
it.
would have gotten that immediately.
No, literally the top line I looked at it was just him being like, Sharon Tate, so-and-so are not here. Like, it was just listing the names from Helter Skelter, so it's like, okay.
But also didn't know there was a movie. You need to check that out.
Apparently a
Also,
made-from-TV
whoa.
movie from the 70s, so it's got to be all kinds
Oh
of
my
bonkers.
God.
It's got to be so much fun.
Who was in the movie The Faculty from this?
The guy that played the Sky Cap was one of the teachers.
I didn't see the episode. I don't know why I'm asking.
No, now you have
If you
reason.
watch it for later.
Now you have reason to go back. But yeah, I just put the Faculty in there because I just remember that movie was so bonkers and so much fun.
That sounds like a great concept.
Okay, guys. Well, I hope you guys like the new game.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, that
fun.
was fun.
I like that game.
Even if I didn't know it, I still liked you hearing the voices and everything.
I like doing my horrible John Wayne impression. That was fun. Okay, guys. Before we go, of course, we want you to go leave us a good review. We
Please.
thrive on the good reviews.
Right.
That's why we do this. So leave a good review like Mystery Books did on the iTunes. She gave us 5 stars. Thank you, Mystery Books.
Thank you.
Thanks, girl.
She says, I heart
Boy.
Could be.
Whomever. Love it.
I heart JB Fletch. I love this podcast. I watched Murder, She Wrote with my grandma when I was younger, and then came the reruns when they were on TV, and now with it on Netflix, I can binge to my heart's content. To finally find others who share my love, but at the same time shaking their head at some of the craziness makes my sleuthing heart happy. Can't wait to see which episodes you discuss next. Thanks for being so awesome.
Oh,
Heartwarming.
literally melts my heart.
Love it.
They should suggest some.
I hope she has. I
Yeah.
hope she has. Let's see. And again, thank you to Devin Kokersberger, who sent us our theme song we're using. We're gonna have a new episode start this one. He sent us a trap remix. Does anyone know what that? I'm an old, and I don't know what a trap remix is. Marissa
Yes,
seems to know.
that's amazing.
Okay.
I'll explain later.
I listened to it, and it's like really like I like it. I like it a lot, but I do not know what trap means. So you're gonna have to explain it to the old.
Yeah,
Off
yeah.
the air,
We'll
you'll
look
let me know.
forward to this explanation.
Yeah.
Oh
It's gonna
boy.
be great.
Okay. Son of a bitch.
God.
Okay, so leave us a good review. You can donate or again go to our Redbubble store and find Redbubble and find someone. I'll put all the links in the episode so you can buy your pillow to put in your guest's room so they don't stay too long. And again, send us your recommendations because that's how we do this. Once we run out of recommendations, we stop doing the show. That sounded like a threat.
No, just
Do you hear me, you motherfuckers? You
Now
stop
it's
sending
over.
You send a cop in here and I blow her head off. It got real. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Damn.
I apologize. Please send your recommendations. We would very much
We would
appreciate
love
it.
it.
You can do it at Murder We Spoke on Twitter and now on Instagram. Took us long
It's
enough to get
killing
on
it, though.
fucking Instagram. Or you can email us at murderwespoke@gmail.com. Let's see. The next episode we're going to cover is Season 7, Episode 14, entitled Who Killed J.B. Fletcher?
Is this the finale?
Intrigue.
Super exciting.
Intrigue. It was recommended by
She pops up like, JK! Not dead.
at Susie_Cherry, Amy, who is at Hathaway A, co-signed on by Alia Stearns, John K. Like, people came out of the woodwork to recommend this
Anne
episode.
Hathaway A. Is that Anne Hathaway? She's right.
Anne Hathaway,
Hey,
Catwoman
girl.
herself, is a fan of the show.
In her spare time, yeah.
So that episode got a lot of recommendations. I can't wait to see it, and we'll be doing that
As always.
next time. All right, guys. Until then.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.